To SikaPos. So this is a general overview and housekeeping video on what SikaPos is and how to go about SikaPos. This is another video to introduction. So the first screen that you come in is you type in Sika. How to get to SikaPos? Type in SikaPos.com. You put that in your web browser. You don't have to put it in Google. You can even in Google you can just search SikaPos and it will show up, but to type it, you just bring up your web browser, type in Sika, that's SikaPos.com. If you are using Android, you just open your Google address. If you are using Safari, you can just type in that, or Firefox, just type in it. The first screen you come here is here, right?
Yep.
When you come here, this is just introduction page. You feel free to read about SikaPos and what it benefits. Simple question. If you're a user of a company, you don't have to worry about all this part. If you're a business owner, you can read it. But main thing here is login. This login page allows you to go to the SikaPos and actually log into the platform. If you want more details on how to and getting things done, there are other things in terms of resources and things that you can actually go to, like the help center. So if you just go to page and click on tools and resources and you click on help and support, there's a whole website on how to do a lot of things. It goes in terms of products, in terms of stock management, in terms of sales, in terms of tax payment. If you don't see it here, just come here and type the keyword you're looking for. So let's say product. So it's not limited to what is here. What is here is just limited. If you're looking for things, just type that in the search box, and it's your own Google, but a search engine for SikaPos. So this is just another, and if you like, you can come straight here, which is help.sikapos.com. If you just type that in here, help.sikapos.com, and it will bring you to just this page.
Okay.
And this is help center. If you don't find what you're looking for, there is a 24/7 help WhatsApp chat. Live chat.
Okay.
We have people there that can give attend to you there. So we'll take you back to there. And the main thing is just come here, click on login. All right. Now this video is with the assumption that whoever is watching this already has an account and just wants to get started. Now, just like all the other videos, I like to stress that to log into a SikaPos, you need to use your username and password, not email address. You can't use your email address to log in. Okay. The reason is because you can have multiple businesses and multiple accounts, and the email, you decide to use the same email address for both. So the username is very specific. For business owners, you just use the username that you use. But for employees, what it does is that when someone creates an account, or a staff member someone creates an account for a staff member, it gives them the option of typing the username dash the ID of the business. So it can be David-14 or David-20. You type all that whole thing in there, or Steven-14. That will be your username. Okay. So
because I'm not cutting short, because that may mean that you have several Stevens.
Stevens, exactly.
And then that very number becomes a unique identifier
for that business.
Okay.
So every business, once every business has been created, they will be assigned to a specific number. Okay. So when the business owner goes to user management and they are trying to create a number, it will actually tell them that this username number is this. So if it's David-14, 14 is that business number.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then also to be able to log in, you cannot just sign up directly by yourself. The admin needs to give you, especially the business owner, a login before getting onto the page where you are also allowed to.
Exactly. So most likely the business owner or the admin would have told you, okay, this is your login. If the admin just tells you your login is Jeff, it's probably wrong. Most probably wrong. It has to be Jeff-14, and you have to type that whole thing in the whole username. But for the purpose of this thing, we're going to log in as an admin just for a little housekeeping and see how things go. Okay, so the login is P Pharmacy, which is a sample pharmacy business. So it's not limited to this software. It's not limited to pharmacies. It's limited. It's range. It can be for even mechanic shops. It can be for mats. It can be for supermarkets. It can be for chemists. A whole range of businesses. So I'll just log in with my username and password. Oh yeah. So the first thing when you log in is there's an application tool.
Okay.
If you don't want the application tool, you can just click on end tool. Okay. But the whole point of the application tool is to take you around, right? To tell you shop details, and it will show you adding resources. And the first thing I always advise everyone, if you are using the software for the first time for admins, go to settings. Okay. Go and do things there. Set up your shop before you start looking anywhere else. That is why the step 2 is telling you settings, right? Yeah. The next step is suppliers, customers, and then which other videos will also represent, right? The next step is where to find products, how to add products, how to make variations of products, how to create units, how to create categories of product, how to even print labels for products. The next step is managing purchases. So, for example, you have a supplier and you want to create a purchase order. This is where you create and manage your purchase order. Yes. The next step is sales. Sales is the same as POS, except it's more manual. So if you have businesses don't want to use the POS, they can use the sale aspect, where it's almost like you are making a sale but creating it from an invoice. Then you do it from a sale.
Like manual input.
Manual input thing. Exactly. So there are 2 ways of making a sale. One from the POS screen. If you're a business that just does, for example, you're a cement shop. Yes. You don't really need the POS. Yes. But someone comes, you want to give them an invoice and a receipt. You go to sale, add sale, you put the cement details, the bag then, yes, and you just print it. Exactly, and you print here. That can also be done at the POS screen, but this is also another alternative way. Okay. Obviously, this gives you more options where you are able to find draft, you're able to create quotations, you're able to create discounts, import sales from somewhere to somewhere. The last part, which is so in-depth, there will be a video specifically for this, which is reports. Okay. This is giving you a report of everything: profit and loss, sales representative, register report, expense report, purchase report, trending items, stock report, a whole lot of. One of my favorite parts is the last part, which is the activity report. For business owners, they will be able to tell who is logging in and who is logging out from their business. Yep. What they did, specifically what they did. This person added a product, this person made a sale, this person manipulated this part, this person changed this thing. It's very in-depth on the report. So I expect business owners to spend a lot of time.
For auditing.
Exactly. Very, very good for auditing. To see from what is happening in your company and what is happening in the system. So that brings us to the end of the tour. If you don't want, like I said, you don't even have to go through this, but it normally shows it at the beginning. So you just click on end tour. Now, when you log in for the first time, what you see is this dashboard. Mm-hmm. This dashboard is a general overview of what is happening in your company. This is just a sample. Please don't take anything, but this is just a sample of what is happening in your company. Okay. By default, if you have multiple branches, depending on your plan or the type of plan that you have, if your plan allows multiple branches, if you have multiple branches, you see this dialog here. Okay. If it's not set on anything, it will show your total sales for all your businesses. So for example, if I click here, you see there's pharmacy, Accra branch, and there's Kumasi branch. If you don't specify, it will just give you sales of all your branches. It will give you everything, what is going on, calendar view, sales overdue, stock alerts, what is reducing, the stock alerts from different events. You see it's mixing Kumasi and that because there is nothing, paracetamol there are 20 packs left, blah 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 blah, sales order, shipments and that. If you don't specify, you can choose to specify and say, okay, limit this to Accra only, okay, or limit this to Kumasi only. And it will give you, see that the net has changed. So that minus 2,000 was coming from the Accra shop, right? But if we just say Kumasi only, if we even come all the way there, you will see, oh, this one is actually, you see, come here, and you just say Kumasi only. And it will change to Kumasi only. If you say, okay, Accra only, and if you change to only Accra only, by default, this is how you should manage your app. Another handy thing on this screen is filter by date, which some of our clients don't use very often. This is showing a general view of what's happening, but you can filter it. This, what you see here, is for today, right? So if you come here and say leave it like it's just for today, but you can filter it and make that, okay, I want to see what happened yesterday, right? And to show you everything experienced yesterday. I want to see what happened in the last 2 days. I want to see what happened in the last 30 days. See, it's changing. I want to see what happened in the last month, and so on and so forth. You can even say, okay, I want to see what happened the whole year or the whole of last year, how this, and you notice the amount is changing. That. And you'll be able to see. If you don't want any of this, you can just go and pick your own custom range.
Nice.
And pick what, where, how, when you want it, right? You can come here, use the date, right? And pick the date and say, okay, I want it here, and I want it all the way to here, right? Then you say apply now. There. I hope it makes sense.
Oh yes.
Yes. So this is a general overview. On this same dashboard, they have buttons at the top.
Okay.
These buttons basically give you a general overview of what's happening. The first button you have is a clocking, which is the blue with the arrow going down. So there will be some companies that want to track the attendance of employees.
Okay.
There is a video explaining how to set this up before it can be used. Basically, the admin have to set up shift for users or shift for the company. So, for example, pharmacies, there will be a pharmacy that is 24/7, or there will be a fuel station that is on shift. You can have different shifts and assign users to those shifts. So when someone just logs in, they will be able to clock in and clock out. That way, you'll be able to know attendance, what is going on. And like I said, this is also depending on your plan that you're using. There will be plans that don't have attendance or anything. Then you have a calendar. You have a to-do list. If you want to add reminders or anything, these are just shortcuts to it. If you need more, there's even a calculator on how to go about things. And this takes us to the POS. There'll be a whole video explaining how to get to the POS. This is a quick breakdown of today's profits and today's what is going on. So even if you don't like everything here, you can just click on your money, on your profit today, and it will give you a total number of your worth of your current stock, just a total breakdown of your gross profit and your net profit, and so on. This is a notification bar. If there are anything that it needs to tell you, like a stock is running out or anything, once you log in, you'll be able to see it there. So this is a general overview of everything. There will be subsequent videos explaining user management, how to go about things right from there. If you want to change your password, you just click on this icon, and the icon at the top right hand side, and click on profile.
Okay.
Once you click on profile, you'll be able to put in your current password, type in your new password, and update. And you confirm your new password and update, and that is it. So this video is just a general overview explaining how to go about that. Thank you very much. Unless you have any question.
No, that's fine. It's self-explanatory. So.
Good.